got this little bougie foot covering that all you do is you step in and it's supposed to cover your foot.
Supposed to.
I know in theory. It actually worked really well for Jesse, I think, because he had flat, shoes, but it does cover, it automatically covers the feet.
He was
That
probably
way
wearing his heels that day.
people don't bend over, yeah.
I think so.
I do have other ones that I get from our vendors. So, First American, anybody of our title, Lisa Favor with Lawyer's Title, Robert with Fidelity, they will absolutely provide you with shoe covers and any other information. So I do have a property in Pomona where a lot of the buyers that are coming in are Spanish speaking. So what I do is I get one of these home buyers guide from First American that's in Spanish, and I provide that information there for them. I also have an app on my phone that translates from English to Spanish. So it helps, okay? Because sometimes I mean, even though I do speak Spanish, it's very limited. I understand very well, but I don't conjugate my verbs very well, so in Spanish. So I do have that app with me all the time. So I always welcome the guest. I usually ask them, hey, what brings you out today? How did you hear about the open house? That way I'm not like charging at them. I'm just kind of having a conversation with them and not being too pushy of a salesperson. I always try and have a dialect versus a script. And then I kind of give them a rundown. This is a beautiful home. There's some updates. If there's if the seller has done some upgrades on the property, I do print out and display upgrades and what room has been done since they've owned it, and that helps. And then I do have another one like this that gives information on the solar, if there's solar on there. This property in particular, I actually have a board, an easel, where it has information on the schools. So what I do is I take the list report, or list reports, and you can get information on the schools. So in the back, it has information on what schools there are. And this one in Ontario, there's a brand new school that's being built and will be open in August. So I went and took a photo of it, and I took my own photo. I didn't use any advertisement because that's copyrighted. So I took a photo with my phone, and then I went and printed it out, and I put it on one of these. And then I put another one on an easel. So it gives information. I also have the solar payment on there, so they know. And then just information on the amenities. But that's it. I have sign-in sheets. I do keep information on what other open houses are in the area within a 1 mile radius. And then I also have another sheet that gives me all of the properties that are for sale that are active within 1 mile of that property as well. And then I do a third that shows me properties in the zip code that have similar bedroom bathroom count with square footage, 300 square foot below, 300 square foot above, and their price range. And then I do keep a BRBC with me. It's blank, and then the property showing form as well. And that's pretty much what I do.
Nice. Awesome. Give it up for Trish. Mine is pretty similar. I think all of us, you kind of get into a rhythm, and we all have very similar content and materials that are there. So just like Trish, I have the flyer about the property. I like to do the same thing with the lender information on the back that they use through list reports. The buyers love this because it's got the school information, it's got activities to do around the house, restaurants, convenience items. Buyers love this information. I sometimes will occasionally have other flyers that stay there about the property with a little bit more detailed information, or similar to Trish in one of these plexiglass things, I'll put some information about the home. So this was a property that I had. There was 2 HOAs. So these are sometimes things that maybe you won't see on a typical flyer. that usually are a lot of questions that buyers ask. So I try to have some of that information around the property. So there was 2 HOAs, it was low taxes. This particular listing I had was on Lake Mission Viejo, so there was a lot of amenities that they had through the association, so I highlighted that. I highlighted some of the additional condo association amenities, and I also put what the schools were, the elementary, middle school, and high school. So I had this on a plexiglass similar. My sign-in sheet that I really use the majority of the time is my clipboards. I stole this idea from Katie Aaron. Anyone can steal it. She literally had me copy her scorecard. So I spoke about this a little bit yesterday, but essentially what I will do is when somebody walks in, of course, like Trish, I greet them. I'm not immediate to be like, okay, could you please sign in right away? Or, oh, are you working with an agent? No, I just want to greet them, get to know them, you know, find out maybe what brought them into the open house. And then I want to give them the freedom and the space to tour. So usually I'll say, you know, take your time going through the property. If you wouldn't mind, feel free to take this clipboard with you. And if they have a kid, I make a joke and I say, I'm going to give this to the boss, and I give it to the kid. And have them hold on to it because the kid kind of feels a part of it, feels excited, feels like this is something entertaining and new. And I ask them to just go through after they've walked through and answer some of the questions that are on here. The questions that are on my scorecard: how is the home priced? Favorite feature, least favorite feature? Are you ready to make an offer on this home? Maybe you're not ready to make an offer on this home, or you're just browsing. And then at the very bottom, name, phone number, email. So I do that. I have my branded pens that they can steal and use to fill this out. And then they have this to go around as they are touring the house. And then they can write little notes on it if they want, whatever they want to do. So I use this predominantly as my sign-in. I have done all the other sign-ins in the past. If you're more of like it, you just want to do a typical sign-in, you've got something like this. There's tons of different templates of these available in Canva. Also, I know we unveiled a new feature we're going to be launching very soon here yesterday. We are going to be launching Breakthrough Broker, which is a resource that you get tons more templates like this. And the other amazing feature that's going to come with Breakthrough Broker is the open house comparison chart.
Love it.
This is a chart that is going to have your branding at the bottom, and they can take this with them to other open houses. And first they're going to rate your listing that they just walked into, and then they can rate other people's houses, and they're walking around with your info the whole time as they're writing these notes down.
That's cool.
Yes. So everybody, once we launch Breakthrough Broker to the Market Center, everybody will get access to this for free, and it's going to be branded to you. You can download and print these here at the office. So everybody will get access to that. So more to come with Breakthrough Broker. Just like Trish as well, I do a switch book. I didn't bring my binder with me today. I'm really sorry. I usually just use a 3-ring binder, like a 1-inch or a 1/2-inch 3-ring binder. I will have a cover page on the binder that says homes for sale in whatever city I'm hosting. So this is my listing around San Diego. So I would say homes for sale in San Diego. And then this is the content that is inside. And I put these in those little clear, what are those things called?
Protection.
Yeah, the paper protectors that go in the 3-ring binder. And you have a map search of all the other active properties that are for sale around your property. So I try to keep it kind of similar to the subject property, but this is a resource that I use. So when people come and say, oh, you know, this isn't really the house for me, I think we're looking for something a little bit bigger. Oh, great. Do you mind if I show you some of the other houses that are for sale? We can go through it, and it's only the one copy in my binder. So if they would like to get a copy of it, great. What's your email so I can send this to you? Now you have an excuse to get
And
their
that's
contact
for the
information.
MLS?
Yes, I printed this on the MLS using the multi-map view. That's what I used for this. So super easy to do. It's called a switch book. So I have my active switch book that stays there. I like to have little swaggy things too. So I got my pens, people can steal. I've had like stress balls, fidget spinners in the past, just kind of whatever I have. I've had bags just like this I was giving these out, and then I was like, dang, these are kind of a lot. I'm going to save these.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing that. But I also do these little gift boxes. I have smaller ones that I've gotten from Amazon. They were like $20 for a pack of 20. And it's small little white boxes, white and black with a red bow, and it's in the shape of a house. So it looks like it's Keller Williams branding, but it's Amazon. And I would put like little munchies, little snacks that are non-perishable, and it's just a good little cute takeaway. It's a great swag bag. Kids love it. But then Tracy Bagnoli with First American Home Warranty saw that I was doing that and was like, let me give you some of these, and she gave these to me for free. So these are Home Sweet Home ones, and they're a little bit bigger, and it's just a cute little takeaway for people to, you know, have some swag and take things away. Also, same as Trish, I will have blank copies of a RPA, blank copies of a BRDC, a PSRA, and the most important one that you just need to have somewhere out there to technically be in compliance is a blank OHNA, open house visitor, blah, 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 blah. We called it the OHANA. This form is technically what is required by CAR to have out visible somewhere at your open house. Some people use this as their sign-in sheet. It's a little blah for me. So as long as you have, the rule is as long as you have made a concerted effort and you have this visible, you can still do this as a sign-in sheet, and that's within compliance. But you just have to have this out somewhere. Does that make sense? Okay. Of course, business cards. I do have a little thing that holds my business card that looks like a mini for sale sign. I got it at a trade show like 10 years ago.
I have one. It just came apart, but
Yes, it's kind of similar to that,
Nice.
and it houses my open house or my business cards. I also have I have 2 open house flags that look like this. They're not branded Keller Williams. They're red, white, and black. I got them on Amazon for like $30 a piece. This I love. I love my big, especially in Corona where we can't put signs up. The flags make a huge difference. I have open house signs, but I also got signs that are branded and look the same as my open house signs that have the times, because I will always host 12 to 3 or 1 to 4. So I have some signs that say open house from 12 to 3, some that say 1 to 4, and I put that in the front lawn. So they know exactly what time. People will still show up at 4:10, but in theory, they should know when it's closed. Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so.
Where do you set up in the house?
Great question. Thank you, Jesse. I do have, keep in mind if it is a vacant house, I do have a table, a folding table that I will bring with me, and a chair. You don't want to forget chairs, and toilet paper. You don't want to forget toilet paper. Bring that in your little open house kit. I do have a kit that I bought from Harbor Freight. It's like a big tool, a portable toolbox. That's where I keep all my open house stuff. So there's toilet paper in there, there's a phone charger in there. I bring a speaker with me, a portable speaker. I will play jazz music, Frank Sinatra, maybe a little like Latin Mediterranean mix depending on where I'm at. You know, you just, whatever the vibe is, you're gonna put some mix based on that. So I bring my portable speaker with me, but everything stays in my little portable open house kit. I have extra ones of these because these will break occasionally. So I have extra flyer stands that are in there. By the way, you can get these for free from your title reps. And in fact, for every single person here, we have a little open house kit for you guys to all take with you. Thank you, Vanna White.
Sounds like an Oprah show.
You get a bag, you get a bag.
Wow.
So we have, those are compliments of First American Title. They have booties in there for you. There are some flyer stands in there for you. Some of the stuff that Trish shared for first-time home buyers are in there for you. So lots of great resources that you guys can use. Those are for you to take with you. Yes. We also have a few more coming from Lawyers Title as well. Lawyers is bringing theirs tomorrow. So if you want a little mix of both, you get a little bit of both.
so I would invest in one of these. These are great.
Yep.
I put all of my.
You want
stuff that
something
goes
to
inside.
house like keep all
Yeah.
your stuff together.
And I just picked it up. You can pick them up at, I think this was at Staples, but you can pick one up at, Amazon. They're very inexpensive and they fold down really nice flat. But I put all my stuff that I want to take inside the house. So yes, toilet paper is key.
Yeah.
Also, one of the other things I always have is a tape measure. Because if there's no refrigerator there, a lot of times people are going to say, do you know what height a refrigerator? Well, I don't know. So now there's an app on our phone that does measurements, but I always take a tape measure. And I always take toilet paper, soap, hand soap, and a towel. And sometimes I take the ones that are just disposable and I take a trash can because if the house is vacant, people want to go to the bathroom, they want to wash their hands. I want to make sure that's in there.
Yeah.
And
Little hand sanitizer.
yes. And sometimes if the house smells a little funky, I'll
Yes.
bring a little plug-in.
Oh yes, I have that in my bag too.
Or
Yes, that's
a,
good to
a
have.
candle.
Yeah.
Those are one of the things. And then I have a little, like a candy dish for the kiddos. Like I have old Kisses, or like not old, but I have little Kisses.
10-year-old Hershey Kisses.
A lollipop. She can get that stuff at the dollar.
We'll let it down on the video.
I know Cowboy does coloring books for the kiddos.
Yes, Breakthrough Broker has
Yes.
branded coloring pages that will have your branding at the bottom.
Yes.
That's one of the things that comes through on Breakthrough Broker that you all will have.
Yes.
So you could even buy like little 50-cent dollar crayons and kids can take that with them.
Yeah. And I do these little houses too, so sometimes I'll print labels and I'll put the little small water bottles in there
Yes.
with my label, my business card, and maybe a treat in there.
Yeah.
And then that way and then what I was doing a long time ago was I had a fish bowl that was obviously empty, and I told them, put your information in there. I'm having a $25
Raffle.
gift raffle for Starbucks. And let me tell you, they will put their
They will
information
put their
on there.
information for
Yes.
Starbucks.
The real
The
one.
real information.
Yeah.
And then I had another broker tell me a long time ago, if you want them to sign information, like this is my own sign-in sheet, right? I highlight what I want them to sign
Smart.
versus just having them.
Yeah.
That will draw their eyes to where they need
Smart.
to fill. And then I have space here so I can make like a husband and wife, 2 kids, 2 little boys, one plays soccer. That way when I follow up with them, I know to ask about the kids' soccer game. Like, how are they doing? I think it's season, right? The season's going on now. How's he, is the team winning? What's going on? So they like that because now I'm relating to what's going on with their family and their life.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Any questions for Trish and I about our setup at all? Yes.
So when the soil is really dry in the ground,
Yes.
how do you get the dang flies to stay?
Water bottle.
Hammer.
Water
Yeah,
bottle.
you need a sledgehammer or a hammer.
Water help.
Oh yes. Yeah.
I
Pour
have
water
y'all
in the
beat.
soil and then.
Okay.
I have
Yes.
y'all
Got it.
beat.
Thank you.
Oh God.
Have y'all beat. A drill.
I knew I'd leave you to say that.
It's taken me all these years, but you get a drill with one of the bigger bits on it, and I don't care unless it's freaking rock.
Yeah.
But you go zoom,
I love
zoom,
Eileen.
and bam, you're done. It makes putting the signs in fun. It's like
Nothing about putting signs in is fun to me.
no, or look
Honestly,
for gopher
it is the
holes.
least favorite
Yeah.
part of my job. When my dad got his license, I was like, guess what, Dad? You're the sign putter upper now. So he gets to put them up now. I just get to drive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where did you say you got the little Home Sweet Home from?
This is from Tracy Bagnoli with First American Home Warranty. She's one of our home warranty reps in the office. Her information is on the KW Corona support page if you'd like to reach out to her.
You guys, I think the point is everything that you're looking at is free.
Yeah.
Like utilize all
$3.99.
of utilize all these resources.
I will
all
say
of
my
this
clipboard,
stuff.
I got a pack of these for like 15 or 20 bucks on Amazon.
Yeah, Amazon's real cheap.
Amazon has a ton of stuff.
And then that's the MLS.
Yep, MLS, Breakthrough Broker, Canva, Reps, Lenders. Oh, That's the other thing too. The lenders will also provide some ancillary flyers, which I think are really good to have.
Yes.
Because these are great talking points. If you're kind of feeling like, I don't know if I'm really connecting with them, you can be like, hey, you know, are you familiar with the fact that you might be able to get a lower down payment or down payment assistance? Or are you, you know, interested in learning more about a HELOC or a jumbo loan? Whatever is pertinent to that property. You're probably not going to have down payment assistance flyers at $1 million property. But you might have stuff about, you know, a jumbo loan or, you know, special programs or whatever it might be. So they have, options are limitless. If you feel like, if you want a flyer in Spanish, I've had those been provided to me before. VA, about VA loans. We've got credit score range. This would scare me a little bit. I don't know that I would put this one. Because it's like, you're very poor, worst, facing extreme credit issues. That might be scary. Non-QM loans, you're gonna have that probably at $1 million property.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Like if you're doing something out by like March Air Force Base or San Diego where there's a heavy VA population,
Yes.
like we'll put a VA flyer in there.
Yes.
One thing that we don't really do a lot of, and I see people do it, but it's just all over the board, is people ask for payment breakdowns. It's really tough, you guys, to put payment breakdowns because rates change. Their credit score could be much lower than what we're estimating. It's very difficult to do that. That's more, give us a call and
I'll still ask for the flyer.
I know.
I like a payment breakdown flyer because again, it's not even about necessarily the exact numbers that are on there. This is just a talking point. You're looking for ways to connect with the other person that walks in the door. So it gives you an excuse to be like, hey, are you familiar with what the different options are for down payment? Have you gone through the pre-approval process? Do you know how much you're thinking about putting down? What payment do you feel comfortable with? And all of a sudden, you're talking, you're connecting, you're building rapport with that person. That's the reason for the flyer. Not even so much what's on the flyer.
Well, you can ask questions without being like intrusive. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
There's a way to do it because some people will get standoffish, but you just have to kind of find the way to start that conversation, and
Right.
suddenly organically it just starts happening.
Right.
You know.
Right. Yes.
I need to point out something that's very important.
Yes.
If you guys are really paying attention to these ladies, their conversations are all questions.
5 deep. Right?
3 deep, but yes, 5 is even better.
Yeah, 5 deep. Yeah, go 3 deep, 4 deep, 5 deep, but
Yeah.
that's all, they're not like spewing at these clients or these prospects, they're just asking questions.
Yeah. Do you guys remember what my favorite little acronym is? Who remembers?
QUESTIO.
Similar. Some of you in here have definitely heard me say this 25 times. My favorite little acronym.
What's the first one?
Yes.
What am I talking? I love it.
Wait.
Yes.
Which stands for why am I talking?
Yeah, very good.
If you are talking, you shouldn't be. Because it's really not about what we have to say. This is about them. We just want to learn more and connect with them. What are their needs? What are their wants? What is important to them? What's their motivation? What brought them here? That's what is most important. They should be spending 80% of the time talking. We should be spending only 20%. We should be spending the time listening predominantly. That's how you really build rapport with people. Asking questions and letting them talk.
I always ask the kiddos how they like home shopping.
Yeah.
And they typically are just like, I'm like, well, listen, if you come here, I've got some treats for you.
Yeah.
And they love that because
Yes.
then I give them a choice like a lollipop or a kisses or a peppermint. They like that I'm engaging with them and I'm not talking to them from up here. I get down to their level and I start talking to them because now they know that I'm engaging with them.
Yeah.
And you made them feel important.
Yes.
Intimidated.
What bedroom they'd like.
Yes.
Have you picked out your
Yes.
bedroom?
Yes.
Lots of people.
I've asked them, hey, are you gonna be on the loan? But they I throw them off and they're like, oh my gosh, that's an adult question. That means that I must be important. Absolutely.
Wes, you had a point?
I was just gonna say, because we've seen it happen, like, and I think this goes without saying, but don't be late to your open houses and don't leave early.
Especially if it's, Yeah.
If,
I never-
if
Especially
it's
if
your
you're
own listing,
listing.
that's on you, that's for you
Yeah.
to deal, but if you're
When you are
representing.
hosting another person's listing,
Yeah.
it is super disrespectful to.
Yeah. And the problem is you might think nobody knows, but you might not see cameras. They hear everything and they
Cameras,
see
the
everything.
super login, we can see the when I see that
Everything.
you're opening the lockbox at 11:59 for a 12 p.m. open house, not the greatest.
Impression.
Allot yourself some time not only to put your signs out, but then cool off. Because right now it stinks putting signs out.
Yes.
It's like it's hot, you're sweating, you know?
Yes.
Give yourself some time to cool off and get settled so that when people start coming in, you're fresh and ready to go.
Turn
And
the
I
lights
think you
on,
really
turn
wanna
the
be in
air
right-
on.
Yes, exactly. You need to prep the house. You need to get the house cooled down, and you really need to get yourself in the right mindset.
Absolutely.
You have to get centered, because if you're in there frantically setting up and someone's walking in as you're still, putting things on,
Or you have
you're
your
frantic,
flip-flops on
You're
and-
not feeling focused. You're not able to fully 100% engage and be focused on what the conversation is, what they're needing, and it's. We talk about this. Real estate is very mental. You got to be in the right headspace. You got to be in the right mindset so you can show up
Amen.
at 100% for the people that are there, for the sellers, for you, the client. Mo, you had a question.
Oh, I was gonna ask how you would handle critiques on the property. Specifically, like there's this guy that came to our open house and he works in construction, and he noticed these really weird streaks on the ceiling that I feel like aren't even visible to the human eye. And then he was like, "Oh, this might be flooding damage." How would you handle negative feedback like that?
I'm gonna stay, especially if it's not my listing, I'm gonna be very neutral. And I'm just, I never picked up on that. Thank you for pointing that out. Was there anything else that you saw that you pointed out? I'm more just about engaging with them. And sometimes if you've got a dog of a house, it's a great talking point. You got a lot to talk about after they go through and look at the property, because you're going to be talking about all the things that they saw, and it's a great transition to, so maybe this is not the right, maybe you're looking for something a little bit more move-in ready, am I hearing that correctly? Are you looking for something that is, bring your toothbrush? You can have those conversations and start pivoting to other properties, as opposed to, we're just focused on what's wrong with this one. Well, let's pivot and look what's right for you. Maybe it's not this house, but what's right for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't go straight into a negotiation.
No,
Like,
oh,
maybe
absolutely.
that-
There's nothing to negotiate.
That's not the place. Even if it's my own listing, that is not the time and place. I am just the Vanna White of the house. I'm just there to show off the property and connect with you. I'm not there to try to negotiate value and discuss that kind
Okay,
of
so
stuff.
if someone didn't like the kitchen, you would just.
Okay, what did you not like about it?
Okay.
What would you want in your kitchen?
Got it. Okay.
Why is that important to you?
Okay.
I had an experience. I had some strange visitors. The house was backing out to the mountain, and then there were coyotes there.
Yeah.
And everyone loved that, like the backyard. And the coyotes came out, and they're like,
Oh, gosh.
do you know if they're here all the time?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that would freak me out.
Only between the hours of 1 and 4, but
Yeah, everyone. There were like 5 of them.
5 coyotes?
That's not good.
Holy
And
cow,
it was
that
raining.
scared me.
Yeah, and everyone could see them. I'm like, okay. And actually the fence, it was like that iron one.
Yeah, they
The
could.
date, the time, where, the address. Quantity of visitors to the open house, 14. Buyers, 8. Agents with buyers, 0. She said, one agent with 1 buyer did not present a business card. Neighbors, 0. Total visits, total group count, 6. Positive feedback, nice house. Negative feedback, price a bit too high, explain negotiable, reference previous sold comps, need larger bedrooms. These are feedbacks she's giving to me so
Wow.
I can tell my sellers. How visitors located the property. She has different options. Zillow, yes. Redfin, 0. Realtor.com, 0. Open house signs, yes.
So most people saw the signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's
so,
good feedback.
yeah, and then she says, let me know if you need help next weekend with hosting any other open houses. Thank you for the opportunity to host this beautiful home. Regards, Alicia Davis.
Wow.
Good job,
She
Alicia.
gives me that information after every open house.
Is that like
Yeah.
a template?
I think so.
Must be a template.
But
Yeah,
she
good template.
fills it out and gives it to me the
That's
moment she
great.
locks up, picks up all her signs. She's sending me this information. So now I have feedback to give to my sellers.
And here's
And you
here's
look
what that
super professional.
Here's what that enables you to do. You've now been able to set the expectation with the seller of, hey, we're gonna host open houses and we're gonna get some feedback. And based on that feedback, after a certain amount of days on the market, we might need to go back and look to that feedback and address, is there maybe a correction? Is there a modification? Is there something that we need to do to address the feedback? And it takes Trish out of being in the seat of the bad guy with the sellers. It takes the shock and the awe out of the conversation of maybe when the house is on the market after 30 days and there's no offers. Now it's very easy for her to go back and say, well, based on the activity that we've gotten on the open house, this has been the feedback. And remember, we had that conversation at the listing table, and now you've set all the expectations up front, and it's taken the guesswork and the questions away from the sellers. They know exactly what the process is going to look like. They know exactly what it's going to look like if we're looking at maybe doing a price reduction. Right. And you're no longer shocking them and they're having to deal with the emotions of doing that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think.
As a listing agent, I appreciate it. Like even before the open house, at the buyer's agent or whoever's hosting the open house will like text me in the morning. You know, hey, I'm up. I'm getting ready for the open house, and I'll keep you posted. You know, when they put their signs out, if they would text me, hey, we're putting our signs out. I've arrived at the open house. I'm getting prepared to get all set up. That takes anxiety off of me because I've had in the past one or two, like one comes to mind immediately. The agent never showed up.
Yep. And they didn't tell you they showed up.
And my sellers are waiting like 15 minutes after the open house is supposed to start. My seller calls.
My nightmare.
Like, yeah, total nightmare. So, you know, while I'm having my coffee in the morning, I get a text, oh, the agent's up and they're, you know, they're preparing for their day.
Great.
Awesome. Then I can like exhale. It's like, okay, they're like, now I can go on doing what I gotta do.
Yeah.
You guys gotta remember, these are agents you're gonna be doing business with for the rest of your career. You wanna set that relationship, you know, on a positive note. I mean, you just never know where we're gonna be, you know, working with each other.
You never
Amen.
know.
Well, you don't want to become the agent that doesn't show up, because word travels fast. They didn't show up.
Yeah.
And that's a bad position to be in, because I've said it before, I know everybody's said it, we're going to be talking about it. If you're not doing open houses on the weekend right now, that's the best source for getting.
Welcome. I'm Raquel with Keller Williams Corona. Hi. How are you?
Hello.
Hi. How'd you find out about us today?
I saw the property on Zillow.
Oh, great. On Zillow. Excellent. So you start with that. The other one that I will sometimes start with is, hi, I'm Raquel with Keller Williams.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So normally people that are coming in are either neighbors kind of curious what the values are, or home buyers out shopping. Which one are you?
I'm a neighbor.
Oh, you're a neighbor. Great. And so now you kind of know, okay, he's a neighbor. He's more interested in probably knowing, A, he wants to snoop what his neighbor's house is worth and looks like. Great. Love that. We love a nosy neighbor. Don't diss the nosy neighbors. It's great information. It's great intel of how the neighborhood is. They're going to be able to tell us, you know, what's the feedback? What's the neighborhood like? What do you like most? What do you like the least? But also, I'm now putting him in the bucket of, okay, he's a prospective seller. So Mo is now coming here to assess and take a look and almost interview me for how I would present his property for sale. So just know that you're always kind of being interviewed. So we're gonna have that dialogue of, you know, are you a neighbor? What are you? If he says I'm a neighbor, oh great. I'm probably gonna start immediately jumping into, what do you love most about this neighborhood? I love hearing from the neighbors. And give me some pretend fake answer, Mo.
Sorry, I'm taking
What do you
this.
love most about this neighborhood?
I love the schools nearby. Low property tax rates are nice,
Great.
and yeah.
Excellent. Well, are you familiar with this property, with this model?
Yeah, I live a couple of houses down the street, and they all kind of look the same, so I'm kind of
Yes.
familiar with the floor plan.
Oh, good. Great. Well, let me give you this. We'll pretend this is my flyer. Let me give you this flyer.
Thank you.
There's some basic information here about the property. And actually, Mo, I'm going to hand you this clipboard. Pretend this this is a clipboard.
All right.
I'm gonna hand you this clipboard to take around as you're touring around the property.
Okay.
Would love to get some feedback on what your opinion about the condition of the home is. So go ahead and take a look, and then you and I can connect with questions after. Sound good?
Will do. Thank you.
We'll put it right here.
And then I'm gonna back off. I'm gonna let Mo and his family do their thing and kind of look around. Now, my caveat to that is you do have to be careful and considerate of safety. So if somebody is living in the home and there's stuff around and we got a 2-story home, I might be staging like me upstairs and Trish downstairs, because I don't want people with bags coming in and stealing personal items. That has happened before.
Yes.
Yeah. And you can put, even if you want to kind of take some of that away, I've seen people buy little frames that say "Smile, you're on camera" and put them around the house, even if there's not cameras up. Because if they think there's a camera, they're probably not going to do it.
Yeah.
So you can do little things like that too.
Do you do that yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
And I will, if it's an occupied home, I might just ask that we keep these up for the duration of the time we're on the market, so they feel a little safer and more comfortable. Yeah. So I'm gonna let Mo do his thing. He's gonna look around. He's gonna walk through the property. Then when he comes down and he's finished looking, Mo, did you have any questions about the home?
Yes, I noticed there were solar panels on the roof. Is
Yes.
that paid off?
Yes, they are paid off.
Oh, great. Okay, good to know.
We can only hope.
No, that's it. Can I have your card, please?
Yeah, here's my business card, and I'll give him my business card. But now I want to start talking to him and asking more questions about him.
Qualifying.
So thank you, that's the word. I want to be qualifying Mo. So what I'm going to be looking to do is probably start going through LP Mama. If you don't know what to say, default to LP Mama. What does LP Mama stand for?
Location.
Location. So I'm going to let's start with that. We're going to break it down piece by piece. Great. Now, Mo, are you looking at any other properties around the area?
Wait, sorry. Am I a prospective
Yes.
seller or
You're-
am I a buyer?
Whatever you want to be.
Okay. No, I just noticed this open house, and I have a friend in mind.
Oh.
So I was thinking about just taking pictures and showing it to him later.
Yes, and you're a neighbor, so then you and your friends could live right next to each other.
That's right.
Excellent. Now, is your friend, because now I know the friend's looking, is your friend looking exclusively around Corona?
No, he's kind of looking all over SoCal. He's coming out of state.
All over
Yeah,
SoCal. Okay,
yeah.
what state is he coming from?
Texas.
Texas. Okay. Didn't Yeehaw!
It feels
Didn't like the
improv.
heat in Texas. It is like improv. You're gonna be improving in the moment too. Is what it's gonna feel like. And is he moving from Texas for a job? Is he, you're just gonna come up with questions.
No, he's retired. So,
Retired. Wow. Okay, and then we're gonna jump into what? What's the next one after L?
Approval?
P.
Price.
And how do you think the home is priced, Mo?
Oh, yeah, LP.
LP.
I bought mine for a couple
I've
years
seen
ago
the
for
price.
$800,000. So I noticed this one's on sale for 1.2.
Oh.
Do you think that's like a?
That seems like a big jump to me.
Do you think that's that market went up that much, or what do you think? What's this
I
price?
think we've priced it really well.
Okay.
Obviously, we'd be, willing to maybe look at the whole financial package, but do you know what your friend is looking to spend?
I think his budget is around 1 million to 1.1. So
1 million to
1.2 is a little on the higher side.
Okay. Well, the good news is that we've got a lot of different options out there too. And if it's maybe not this home in the neighborhood, there might be some others that are going to fit, his budget, his price point. Now, what's our next letter?
M.
And what does that stand for?
Motivation.
And that is the most important one that you have to make sure you
Find
do
out
not
what's
leave
their motivation.
without finding out. So, and what is the reason for him moving back to California?
So he retired in Texas.
Yeah.
His company had an IPO.
Oh,
and
wow, we are
he's
really
good.
getting deep into this.
So he just wants to live closer to family and
Family, okay.
'Cause
he could go
misses the
anywhere.
sun as well.
He could go anywhere in any state, and he's choosing California.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so family here. You want to really hone in on the motivation. Now, obviously, this is all for a fake friend that Mo apparently has. So ideally it'd be Mo, and Mo would really be able to dig into his
Right.
motivation.
Okay.
What's our A stand for? Agent.
Agency.
Agency, yes.
Got it.
So the way that I like to ask that question of are you working with an agent? I don't just say, sometimes I do, but I'm not usually just being like, do you have a realtor?
Okay.
No. I'm going to ask, have you had the opportunity to do a buyer's consultation? And the majority of them are going to be like, no, what's that? And I'm going to have this look of shock and awe. Oh my God, you've never done a buyer's consultation?
Okay.
Like, wow.
Really? Are you working with anyone? And they're gonna be like, no. And if they are, they're gonna be like, oh my God, I didn't do a buyer's consultation. Like they're not representing me. I'm getting a disservice. They're gonna be like, I am missing out on a key component here, obviously. That's very important. So then we can start having a conversation of the buyer's consultation is gonna walk you through what the buying process is from A to Z. And it's gonna help you and guide you with making a very important decision that you're, obviously out here making. I'd love the opportunity to walk you through the process. Do you have some availability to meet for a buyer's consultation? I mean, even after this open house here today.
That was perfect.
Yes.
That was just like,
You just go right into it. Some people are not gonna be in that stage yet, and that's okay. In fact, a lot of people are not going to be. You're not just going to meet them in person and close them for a buyer's consultation there. It takes time to get there. But the open house is the original conversation where you can start building the rapport so then you can close for that buyer's consultation in the next phone call or the phone call after. Does that make sense? Okay, so we've got our first A. What's our second M? Mortgage. So mortgage is mostly just going to be something along the lines of, are you getting financing? Are you going to be paying cash? What monthly payment do you feel comfortable with? And then what's our last A? Appointment.
appointment.
Closing for the appointment. That's where maybe you can close right there for the buyer's consultation, or you can work through and close for a future buyer's consultation. Yes. Any questions on that? So who wants to practice walking through an open house?